71 points, a career high.
After the game, everybody was like, "Oh my God, you had 71 points," and I was like, "I really should have had like 90 tonight." But sometimes playing hard isn't enough. You gotta be able to play hard and be smart and play smart as well. And now it's time to get better and get ready to move toward the next season.
Well, I love Dame. You know, I think I tweeted recently about, he said something about him, like, I forget the word he used, but it was like, I might be one. It was something, I was like, take that out. You are one of the best in this game. You are one of the best point guards in this game. You know, he's a special player, and anybody can play the first 3 quarters. But what he's able to do when he do this, that right there is another level. Everyone that plays this game doesn't have that. So, you know, his toughness and his will to be great and want to be great, you see it. You see it every night. You know he works on his game, take care of his body because he's out there every night. So he's a special player. He's one of my favorites to watch.
Dame.
Dame's the killer.
Certified.
Yeah.
Certified.
Oh, why are you getting so excited about Dame? What about Dame?
Because Dame he's a monster with it. Like he's Steph is just bad as hell. But Dame just a rude motherfucker. Like he just rude. He's just disrespectful. He just do anything, just pass half court and just let it fly. Buzzer beaters. He at the hash. You know what I mean? Just like no fear. Just nothing. He's not just a killer. He's a serial killer. You know what I mean?
My toughest matchup was Damian Lillard.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Yeah. He had 50 on us in 29 minutes.
Wow.
And he was mad that they sat him in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they sat him the whole fourth quarter. So Damian, we played him 4 times, so Damian was definitely my toughest matchup.
I've been a fan for a while, played 19 years. I haven't seen nobody shoot like that. Besides my favorite player, Steph Curry.
I mean, he's obviously a talented player, and if you're not on your game, you know, he's definitely capable of big nights like tonight. So he made some plays, and you like that kind of back and forth and that competition. Obviously, every night at that position, you got to be ready.
I think Steph is the greatest shooter of all time. I got a lot of respect for Steph as a person and a player, obviously as a shooter. But I think when it comes to that shot, I think I shoot that deep ball as good as anybody.
They told me the pickup spot was 40, like pick him up at 40, and he shot it from half court. Coach was like, and I said, Coach, I know you said 40, but he just shot it from 50. Like I don't know what you want me to do here.
It's unnatural how far Dame shoots the basketball. It's a weapon that I just like, it doesn't actually make sense to me. I don't know. I don't think a lot of us, when we go to the gym and we get shots up, like we're practicing the 40-footer, but apparently he is. I think we all need to pay attention to what he's doing.
That is most impressive is the range that he shoots with. Last night he made 420 feet worth of shots, the most by any player in any game since play-by-play was first tracked in 1996-97. That's the impressive part. As a scoring guard, primary creator, primary ball handler, I mean, you can't, top 3, top 5, like at that position, I think you have to put him that high. He's not in the top 10. He's better than that.
Yeah, well, he's tough. I mean, he's he's a lot like Steph in that he's got unlimited range and he can shoot off the dribble and come off high screens and shoot step backs and that kind of stuff. So, we know he's going to be a handful. He always is, and he played a great game.
Right. But if you just giving up a wide open shot to Damian Lillard, you going to be, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
right.
It's definitely different. I ain't mean to say.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, was that a shot, bro? Dang, bro.
You remember that too, huh?
Oh shit!
All right, guys, that's enough for DeMar DeRozan for today.
Going with it. It's funny you did bring up Dame though, because we gotta address that.
Yeah, I want to know what he thinks. Like, just because you brought it up, of course.
Yeah.
What did you think of that shot? Do you think P played that play correctly?
Yeah, because this is what people don't understand. Like, if you've never been in that situation with that type of player, you don't know what it's like. Because if you press up on him, he drive. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. He's 35 feet away from the basket. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a tough fucking shot that only maybe 2 people in our league could fucking shoot and make that with ease. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's you gotta pick your poison, which one it is. You know what I mean? Because it's tough, man. And not too many people would shoot that shot.
I got killed because I in the press, and I was emotional at the time. I got killed in the media. Oh, he hating. Dame say, oh, he hating.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bad shot. Care what anybody says, that's a bad shot.
It was a bad shot, but to his respect, like he a hell of a shooter. And
every time I see this one thing that never changes, I can't believe how deep I was sometimes. Like I actually shot that. That actually was a bad shot.
When that play is going on, like I'm in front of him and I'm like watching the time behind him and it's going down. So I'm like, at what point is he gonna make his move? Yeah. Like, and I see him sizing me up, like, so I'm like, I know this nigga's not about to shoot this shit from here. So that's why I jump before he jumps.
Yeah.
Because it's like 2 seconds left at this point. Like, so he it's gonna be a tough shot if he so I jump before he jumped. He ended up side to make the shot even tougher, bro. He sidestepped it. and bro, the whole time I'm like, that shit was like a fucking Gatorade commercial, bro. Just following that shit.
Literally, it's probably 2 people in our league who could shoot that shot and make that shot. Literally, him and Steph. I don't know nobody else who has that range, that confidence, and just will shoot something like that.
And down the stretch, for the last play, we took out of bounds. I was like, "You want the ball, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, go get it." And I didn't know he was gonna raise from 40. I was like, go.
And also CJ, you see him in the corner telling me to go because he don't know what I'm thinking standing that far from the basket as time is running out. So
then he raised from 40 and I was like, that's a bad mother. That's a bad. You know what I said.
Steph Curry, when the play is happening, Steph Curry is telling a bench like this is game. Like he was telling them the game was over. And then after I made the shot, you see him turn around and stare at him like, I told you so. And he told me that after the game, but then on the tape, when you look at it, you can actually see him like talking to him, and then you see him turn around and stare at him. So that's like a story you don't see.
I don't care if you're the best defender, you're not thinking the guy is shooting a passing logo for a game-winning shot. And then the face he made afterwards was true to Dame fashion. Like he's always a cool guy, always even keel, and the face he made while all the chaos was around him, that whole moment was legendary.
Dame is just another level, man. I cannot say enough about that guy. I mean, he always keep his coolness, always keep his calmness.
The shot he made against OKC, I mean, who takes a step back, whatever, 3, and it's like to your right hand, it's like usually it's harder for right-handed shooters to like in a playoff series, like to win the series, and you just like so confidently take it. To me, I mean, confidence I think has to have a huge part in it as well. But I mean, to me, that was one of the most amazing shots I've seen in my life. When I saw it, we had just lost to Toronto, and we were watching last few minutes of the game, and he took that shot, and I just like stood there and like staring at the TV, and I was like, wait, what just happened? Like this isn't like normal. This doesn't just happen like that.
Unreal. Superstars are made in the regular season, but legends are born in the playoffs and in his finest moment. From 50, 450, and a series clinching win. That was just a phenomenal performance.
Damian Lillard certainly didn't look like a rookie tonight. You had to find an answer for him. He did late, but what do you think about his game?
Yeah, I mean, that boy's serious, man. He's serious, and he's not afraid of anything. And, he has a whole package. He's got the 3-ball, the mid-range, get all the way to the rim, obviously. And we just had to go get him. We just had to say to hell with it, just go trap him.
Damian Lillard is a basketball sniper. If it were not for the greatness of Steph Curry, we'd be talking about Damian Lillard. If Damian Lillard was in another market other than the Pacific Northwest, we'd be talking more about Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is that dude.
I think we all know how Damian Lillard's been playing as of late. I mean, he's playing at the All-Star level that, he showed obviously when he was at the All-Star game. But listen, man, the guy's a superstar, man, in our league, and he's showing it right now.
Dame, congrats on being an all-time leading scorer in Portland Trail Blazer history. You've been working so hard since day one. We've all been following your journey, man. Much respect. So inspiring. Keep going, brother.
His ability to get to the basket and willingness to go to the basket has expanded. Remember, when he first came in, he was only a jump shooter, didn't want to go to the basket, didn't want to get to the foul line, even though he's an excellent free throw shooter. But now he's getting to the basket, and he's also got the courage to shoot the game-ending shots from half court. I mean, I never had that kind of courage. I mean, To stand there, pound the ball, 14 seconds to go on the clock, and you dribbling and you at half court. I can't think of anybody who's had this kind of courage to take this kind of shot and be this dramatic and so confident about it.
And it was just like, yo, he really was making everything. Bankers, they knew a shot was coming and he's still knocking it down. I was just like, he was walking back on defense, not even with no expressions on his face.
He's the first guy to me since Kobe where the end of that game, regulation, I knew he was taking it.
For a fact it was going in.
And I knew he was going to make it.
I knew for a fact last night the sidestep
I didn't
fade
care.
three was
He would have shot it from half court. I knew he was shooting it.
Yeah, I mean, you heard what KD said. It was a spiritual experience. I mean, even on the floor, like, we just almost started laughing when some of his shots went in. We was just like, you were almost just like, there's no way he just made that. Like, two buzzer beaters in a row that were like crazy. It was crazy. I mean, he gave his whole heart to that series. Yeah, I mean, I love Dame's his just mentality. But I mean, playing against him, he literally he was doing some stuff. When I was telling my teammates, bro, I've never seen that before. Like, I've never seen that ever.
Well, I go to Game 6 in Houston. That was the moment where Dame time actually really started. That was that moment.
When I think about the Rockets one, it's like, when I think about it, I just think about, like, how was I not worried? Like, we were, how was I not worried? It was Game 6. If we lost, we were going to Houston for Game 7. We weren't going to win Game 7 in Houston.
And I remember in the huddle, and I was actually in the game in that possession with him, and we in the huddle, and LaMarcus Aldridge was on our team at the time, and Stosh drew up a play to go to LaMarcus Aldridge.
And the play was like, for us to all basically run like we wanted the ball, but then they was going to spin, lob to LA to try to get a tip in on Dwight Howard. Probably wasn't going to work. So we walking on the court, and Mo Williams is like, I don't give a damn. Run to the ball. Like, that's what Mo is telling me as we walking on the court. You go get the ball. You got however many game winners, go get the ball.
We come out the huddle and we walking to the court, and I looked at Dame and I told him, I say, man, go get the damn ball.
I'm just looking at Batum, and the referee's holding the ball, and I'm just waiting for him to handle the ball, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna sprint. I'm just gonna sprint to the ball. He throw it, just ran to the ball. I was like, he threw it to me, and then I made it. But when I think about it, I'm like, how was I not worried? Like, it was like major consequences. Like, we was going home for sure. Like, we weren't going to win in Houston. Like,
and he went and got the ball and made, obviously the shot, when he started to call the Dame time.
Yep. People don't give him enough respect. Dame Dollar. Like, I tried to say this to y'all, though. You told me, man, listen, Dame Dollar is a problem.
Bro, he's tough.
I know work when I see work. And I'm talking about he one of them, and I don't know why you don't really get the just due like that, because he cold as any of them. He as cold as any of them.
And he cold within the offense they run too. Like, they don't run like, everything ain't, he got the ball and everything, but everything ain't for him. Yeah. And they run
CJ right
the
there
flares
too.
And the downscreens. Like, you put Dame, just get him to rock.
Yeah.
Like,
and he just facilitated.
You know what I'm saying? You put Dame and Golden State,
I'll
put Dame and Houston Rockets type of offense. I think only people getting a little bit of taste of how Dame.
Word up.
Is.
I agree. He played for D'Antoni, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
People don't know about system like that. Sometimes a system can water down a player that a player could have been great at.
And he ain't even watered down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if
you think he's underappreciated? Underestimated?
No, I don't think so. But he definitely uses that. I like how he uses that. But true. If you're a true basketball, which is not a lot of true basketball minds and people that understand the game. But for me, I understand it. I know. Give me Damian Lillard. I'll show you how appreciated he'll be.
I mean, he's one of the most unique, dynamic scorers, and I felt like for quite a bit of time he didn't get the praise that he deserved, and he kind of got somewhat overlooked for some time. But Dame Dot is he's special. He's one of the toughest game plan coverages in all of basketball.
It wasn't that much fun because he was scoring at will. So, he had a great game. A lot of that's on me. Go up against Steph a lot, so you got to treat Lillard like Steph as far as being 30, 35 feet away from the basket, make him put it on the floor, give it up, and we let him get too many rhythm threes off the catch tonight and off the ball screen, and that's where he's deadly. So make the adjustment Monday and play with the same effort, and I'll be good to go.
Dame came through the door being what he's been. He's been, consistent with being one of the best point guards out there, and I think he's continued to add and continued to get better. And I mean, he put himself in that same category with Steph as far as like top shooters in the league, guys that can come across half court and straight up pull right there. He's hitting game winners, he did some legendary things. He has the propensity and that flair for the dramatic where I finish games.
Big fan of Damian. Damian is a big-time player in this league. He's one of those guys that wants the ball in his hands in the last seconds, and he's just poised way beyond his years. And he's been doing an amazing job here at camp. He's been aggressive. He's really brought his playing style, which made him special.
I mean, he shot the ball extremely well. Had a great end of the first quarter that got the crowd into it. Did all right the second and third quarter guarding, forcing into tough shots, and then obviously you saw what he did in the fourth, just his night, and it happens. 50 doesn't happen all the time, but the guy going and playing as well as he did, you just got to take this one and move on.
I mean, Damian, now I can say it. He's insane, what he did this series. I got to give him, we got to give him credit, what he did. He worked all summer, and it's amazing what he did.
What their family's been through, this is not really pressure to them. I seen a quote what Damian Lillard said the other day, and I thought that was perfect what he said. If you haven't seen it, go look at it. But it summed it up perfectly what pressure means when you're talking about NBA players, and I think a lot of guys feel that way.